Okay, I need you to settle down now. Guess what?
What?
I have a story for you.
Yay!
It's about a little girl. You ready?
Yeah!
Once upon a time, in a town called Mud, there lived a little girl named Penelope Judd. Now, Penelope was a very sad, sad girl because she was living in a bad, bad world where kids tease each other and acted really mean. They lied, cheated, stole, and their speech was obscene. Penelope would cry like every single day. No matter what she did, the tears wouldn't go away. But deep down in her heart, and she hoped it would get better because of what her grandpa had written in a letter. He said,
Penelope, it's great news that I bring. On the mountaintop, there lives a great king. The king has a son, and being a proud father, he's gonna throw the prince a huge party in his honor. But the good part, and I hope you get excited, Penelope Judd, you're officially invited. He's sending a dove to tell you all you need to know. Just have your bags packed and be ready to go.
It had been a long time. Penelope was waiting. She wondered if the letter was true or just faking. But one day she was playing outside, and to her great surprise, the dove had arrived. He said, "Off we go with no delay. Don't let nobody try to make you stay. We're gonna see the king, we're on our way, and all the old things gonna pass away." The dove told her that he was sent by the king. If she wanted to go, she had to run and grab her things. Penelope said,
Okay, I'll be right back.
ran into the house and grabbed her knapsack. The dove said,
Penelope, the party's in a day. Grab your things and let's go.
So as he flew and Penelope walked the path, she waved goodbye to her friends and they started to laugh. They said that she was silly for following the dove just to go to some stupid party up above. Penelope and the dove continued on their way, but then she got sad because part of her wanted to stay. But then she thought to herself,
Why would I want to stay? Because all they do is play in the mud all day. And while they're doing that, I'm gonna see the king.
it made Penelope so happy that she started to sing. She said,
Off
I go with no delay, and ain't nobody gonna make me stay. I'm gonna see the king, I'm on my way, and all the old things gonna pass away. They got to the palace. The dove said, farewell! He flew away. Penelope rang the bell. A huge angel answered, looked her up and down. She said, no, something was wrong because he had a big frown.
Can I help you, ma'am?
Yes, I'm here for the party. I have an invitation.
I'm so sorry. There's no way that I can let you through these doors. The king won't let anyone dirty up his floors.
She didn't understand, so without coming near her, he reached into his pocket and he pulled out a mirror. And for the very first time, she saw that she was dirty. The palace was spotless. She knew she was unworthy. As the angel continued,
I'm sorry, little friend, but
a voice inside the party said,
You can let her in.
the next thing she knew, the prince himself was at the door. He looked at her, smiled, and said,
There's room for one more.
he reached out and touched her. Instantly she was clean, wearing the brightest robe that she had ever seen. If the mud kids had seen it, they would have gone blind.
Where'd you get it?
actually it's mine.
And as he led her in through the palace doors, he sang the sweetest song she had ever heard before. He said,
Long ago, laid aside my crown, became a mud kid, traveled to your town. They kicked me out, didn't want me around, but those who love me get to share my crown.
long ago, laid aside my crown, became a mud kid, traveled to your town. They kicked me out, didn't want me around, but those who love me get to share my crown. Penelope followed the prince, the party was filled with laughter, and everyone inside lived happily ever after.
feel like we should be rapping or singing after that, but all we can do is talk.
Testing.
Can we scoot that in a little bit?
All right. Well, I feel like we should be singing or dancing after that, but all we can do is talk. Thank you all for sharing your gifts and talents with us this week. Thank you for singing. Thank you for dancing. Thank you for entertaining us. Thank you for playing with ponies with us. Thank you for getting your moose on with us. Together we have got moosey this time around. And thank you to everyone who entered our hashtag Let's Get Moosey photo contest. You are all beautiful moose, very cute moose that make all the boy moose go wah. But there can only be one winner. And amongst the photos of rainbows, the photos of friends, the photos of moose shirts, Nick and I came to the conclusion that there was one photo that stood out above the rest that would win an amazing prize and fame and glory and honor and power and all the rest. So Nick, could you give the announcement?
Can I get a little stomp roll, please? Ladies and gentlemen, the winner, Elizabeth Wynn. Come find your prize. Come find us later and you'll get your prize. Later. I don't have it now. This is the photo. You can't see it. I know you can't see it. Go look up the hashtag Let's Get Moosey. All your friends posted. Guys, we loved looking at your photos. It makes me so happy, and it really was difficult to pick just one. I want to read her comment, though, because it's a little shout-out to her house. So grateful to be immersed in nature with such beautiful humans, and very thankful to my house exec team, and especially our house president, Addie Bug. You are such a blessing. Ladies and gentlemen, Addie Bug is a blessing!
Jenna grew up Christian in her tiny town. She went to church, sang hymns, learnt verses. She knows how to be good, knows the Sunday school answers, but her heart has been blinded by pride. Now, attending college out east, she cracks open her Bible, for homework at least. But the minute she's finished, she sets it aside. It's not relevant now. It happened another day, another time. She has more pressing matters than reading that book. She's got this thing and that. She doesn't even have time to look. She doesn't take time to stop working, going, like it's all she's got. Others may read and find in it meaning, but her heart is not on Jesus leaning. Her faith is a personal affair. She forgets that she's not by herself. She forgets to remember to take the book from the shelf. Her gospel is shorter. There's no redemptive power for her. Christ died, so she's saved. Isn't that the last page? Isn't that the last page? She won't live by faith, only sight. She falls asleep during her prayers every night. Is right belief without right action really right? It's not that she doesn't see its value. She just can't admit that she is weak. Her pride won't allow her to admit she is a sinner, a hopeless, lost sheep.
Kim's mother and father, when she was 8, were publicly executed for faith. Faith in something much greater than them, found in a book, began in Bethlehem. When Kim was young, she found the small book, tattered and worn in her parents' nook. How'd they come by it, she never knew. Curious, she opened the forbidden text, not sure what she would find. Wakened by words, what she did next was wage a war, heart versus mind. She was afraid to touch the Bible, but she couldn't just leave it. It was her duty to report this crime, but one question stopped her every time. Who was this God? He was the artist who created the trees, said her father. He made you and he made me. She wanted to know why he came and bled, why he shed his blood for such as she. When she thought of this gift she could never repay, she dropped to her knees and prayed, Lord, forgive me this day. Make my heart clean. Grant me grace to have faith in the things that are unseen. Kim trembles in this place every night, clutching one small cup of meal. The cold is bitter, the frost has bite, but she falls to her knees to kneel. Her frail body trembles as her knees hit the floor. Sisters of Christ shuffle in. Weary with the worry, they come here to find rest and to read Kim's book once more. Kim takes her cup and hands it to them, knowing that this is her life. Shaking with hunger, they can't refuse. True starvation is a knife. Kim flees from one place to another, praying to be smuggled south. But that's not her future. Their church is being sought out. It's a small book, but Kim knows its meaning. It's her hope and her faith bound up in words that she's memorized from beginning to end. She passes this hope and peace to her friend. The girl carries it close to her day and night, guided by its saving light. It's all she has, but she knows it's enough. The word is her faith and her trust.
Not every woman can freely read these words that bring life and truth. The gospel lies shut on bedside tables, collecting dust on shelves. We don't remember to believe, to read, to discuss. We forget that this book we shove aside brings redemption, with kingdom restoration implied. If the ones who are forced by the struggles of this life could cross over barriers, bring perspective, their eyes would say with one look, how could you ever close this book?